Sidewalk, we don't need them sometimes, we know where to park.
I mean, that's all I was thinking.
Well, I mean, looking at the schematics for the field, and with the parking around the school, I think there's going to be adequate parking for everyone in that, basically in the facility. You're not going to have to park down at the Lions Club field to actually go to any type of football game. Whenever, if you look at the
Well, if you look
schematics.
at graduation, I mean, we had tons of cars there, and there was room for them. I mean, they were parked along the side of the road, but we're not gonna have that many football games.
No, I'm not talking about.
She's not talking about the
Oh,
last.
okay.
I'm talking about the baseball. and
Right,
soccer.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
I was under the impression, whenever I'm thinking of fields, because the fields are always there, the fields are there now, that's what I'm thinking. But as far as, I mean, I think we're gonna have adequate parking once we get, you know, basically the stadium surveyed, get everything surveyed for that. And looking at the schematics or the drawings, there's actually, we're gonna have more parking than what we have now, a lot more, yes.
Well, I know now when we have large events and when we had concerts and things, there were people parked on the edge of the road, in the road.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough parking for those events now, and that was like 16, 17 feet.
It still have to be better though than long route 3, the way we do.
Oh, anything's better than that. So,
But hopefully, we'll have trouble with parking if we get a winning football team, and everybody starts coming to games. So, but my big concern is with B, as far as a walkway to the bridge. I think that basically, I think our biggest concern was safety for the children walking on Route 3 after school was out. I think that's where we were at. And I'm not, here's the thing, I'm not going to vote for that because I feel like that we are, by building that walkway, we're enabling people to, we're actually enabling students to walk and actually leave school at the end of school to walk down Route 3. So I'm not for that. As far as constructing walkways from the school, the baseball field, softball field, soccer field, I think it would be nice, but for me, I don't know, I don't know what the cost would be, the all-in cost of how much we would have to forego over. I know $20,000 is a lot of money for walkways. And I know that, of course, $80,000 to boot, that's $100,000 for walkways. I think it's a lot of money. I think that we could actually wait on that, and I think we should allocate our resources to other things, such as a football stadium, and actually getting that underway with the construction. So I would suggest putting $20,000 towards a football stadium, $20,000 plus. Because I think in the county commission meeting, they actually said that they're going to give $100,000 towards the football stadium. And I would like to be able to match them with $100,000. So that would be $200,000 to start on a football stadium. And as a collective body, I think what we should do is to get together as a division of labor and start getting with the people that we know in the areas of business and actually start mobilizing, collectively as a body to secure funds for that stadium. And get on that now so we can get that thing underway. That's my opinion.
Mr. Rich, when do we have to make this decision? Do you know?
No, sir. No, sir. I can find that out and let you know by email. You meet on the 28th. If you all wanted to postpone it, you could be on that agenda for the special session on finance.
really need to know how much discretion
Well, that's where I'm certainly right way on spending, allocating any money as of today. And do we have our meeting on the 28th and see,
Next Thursday.
well, and
Why don't we put it at the end of the agenda? Whether on this, or do you want me just to?
no, I'm just saying, I want to know if we have money to spend before I vote for anything, I'd like to be able to do, ideally, I can live without a walkway to the car, from the bridge to the school, although there's already a walkway across the bridge, so that implies that, but I can live without that. But I am kind of thinking, like what Mr. Roach was saying, that there might be some advantages of having a sidewalk that came out of the school where the sidewalk ends and goes down to the soccer field down in there. That might be
advantageous.
Right, even, and if we weren't able to do, because, you know, I'm unsure on the football side, because I'm not sure where everything is. I don't know how you build that, but if we were, ideally, I would like to see us be able to have a walkway that went out of the school, like Mr. Snyder had mentioned to you, that gave kids away from everybody, away out of the building, down, away from emergencies and whatever, and also to be able to get up and down from the school without having to walk along the roadway. And ideally, once again, if monies are available to fund the football, you know, to allocate money to it. That would be my preference, but I'd rather not make any decision until I know how much money we got.
Why don't we do this? I like your idea. Why don't we do this on the 28th? Let's put that on the end of the agenda. And why don't we, Dana Smith, I'm sure he can map out how as far as the walkways to the baseball field, the softball field, and the soccer field, we might be able to get a rough estimate because it's going to be concrete. And I mean, it's going to be a certain thickness.
I will try to bring the guy here to give us that rough estimate. I just hate to depend on Dane on that because this is handicap accessible and that's steep. So I don't know how many zigzags you got to go to make that happen.
Right.
And I'd rather depend on, not that Dane was a whole lot smarter than I am, but I'd rather have one of those guys who kind of do it for a living.
Okay.
Give that estimate, it's okay, and then share that with you.
But I think that,
Of course,
go ahead.
one sidewalk will take care of the baseball field and the football field. You're not building two different sidewalks.
I'm just thinking, getting down from the high school down to that next level,
Right.
and then, you know, everybody's kind of, you know, gravel roads and this, that, and the other, they can kind
It's
of,
down there where the soccer field
you
is.
know,
the baseball
softballs
field
and all that. At least you get you give a way of getting away, especially in an emergency, and handicapped kids and everybody else, away from the high school. And they don't have to walk along the
Safe
roadway.
area.
Well, here's the thing, it's very cumbersome to walk down those hills. Whenever you're going to a baseball game, you park up there, there's no way to get down there, you have to drive out there, and then you're going to tear the bottom of your car up whenever you do drive out
Well,
there.
so those that
it
park
would
in the
be-
parking lot gives them like.
I think it would be
more.
more beneficial that way.
I'd like to also request an estimate on just from the bridge up to the school. I'm just curious how much it would be. Did you want me to estimate?
I'll give the best I can, what he's willing to give.
Okay.
Do it.
Well, you have
Man,
to
do it.
be sure that the money can be used for that though, I mean. for-
Yeah, I've asked him for that, and he's going to get back with me, but I'll have all that on the 28th.
Will anybody else have to be agreeable to that, what that money's?
Once this guy says it's good,
I'm talking about the 80,000.
and once this guy says that it's okay for him to go on, he's the main person that we've been working with. Jeff Harpo, I think's his name.
I'll tell you what, I like how we went all the way around our elbow. It's all right. This one.
It's a winding path.
Yes, it is, and I'm telling you what,
That certainly
I think it would
sounds
be
more
well
logical.
deserved.
That's what consensus is.
That's exactly right. Well, anyway, does anybody have anything for the betterment of this body? All right, so I make a motion that we adjourn until August the 28th, 2010 at 8 o'clock a.m. for a finance workshop,
8 or 8:30?
8:30.
Okay.
I'll second.
We have a second. All those in favor? Aye. All opposed? This meeting is adjourned.